he's been through a lot, throughout his life. So tough competitor, tough fighter.
Pacquiao shouldn't be coming out of retirement. Like, it's good to see him come back into the ring, but against a fighter like Mario Barrios.
Manny Pacquiao could defy.
He's 46 years old. He fought Ugas like 3-4 years ago, and after the fight the fight looked horrible. He should not have been in the ring. He came out all lumped up. His wife was feeding him soup.
Floyd Mayweather isn't holding back. In a fiery new interview, the undefeated boxing icon laid out exactly why he believes Manny Pacquiao is on track for a crushing defeat against Mario Barrios, drawing on his legendary boxing IQ and decades of experience. Mayweather highlighted Pacquiao's declining strengths, citing his age, inactivity, and outdated style, while praising Barrios for his size, youth, and improving skills. This isn't the Pacquiao of 2009, Mayweather warned, making it clear he expects the Filipino legend's downfall to be unavoidable.
Manny Pacquiao will be coming out of retirement at 46 years old, going against Mario Barrios. Do you think he stands a chance against the younger, bigger, and, overall, just a fighter like Mario Barrios?
Pacquiao shouldn't be coming out of retirement. Like, it's good to see him come back into the ring, but against a fighter like Mario Barrios, it's just, he's really hoping that Pacquiao knows what he's doing, It's because, like, Pacquiao's, like, not the same as how he used to be. Hoping, like, Pacquiao could do some things like that could really do well in the ring against a good fighter like Mario Barrios.
Let's hope, because if we had the Pacquiao of 10 years ago, he would stop Barrios.
He would stop Barrios, without a doubt.
But 10 years now, it's 10 years now. So we just gotta hope for the best.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao has officially announced his return to the ring after a 4-year absence, confirming a WBC welterweight title fight against Mario Barrios on July 19, 2025, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Now 46, Pacquiao is chasing history once again, aiming to break his own record from 2019 by becoming the oldest welterweight champion in history. He has reunited with his longtime trainer, Freddie Roach, and is fully committed to an intense training camp as he prepares for this challenge.
We've got breaking news out of the boxing world where Manny Pacquiao will be ending his 4-year retirement to square off against Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title. That's according to ESPN. That bout will take place on July 19th in Las Vegas. Pacquiao's last fight came all the way back in August of 2021 when he lost the WBA super welterweight title by unanimous decision to Yordenis Ugas. Prior to that fight, Pacquiao, who is the first and the only 8-division champion, will be inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame in June.
Mario Barrios has voiced his confidence ahead of his upcoming WBC welterweight title defense against Manny Pacquiao on July 19, 2025. While he acknowledges Pacquiao's legendary status, Barrios made it clear that he views the 46-year-old Filipino icon as just another obstacle standing in the way of his victory. At the end of the day, he's just another man trying to take my title, Barrios stated. With a notable size advantage, standing 6 feet tall compared to Pacquiao's 5 feet 5 inches, Barrios believes he holds the physical edge. Since suffering back-to-back losses to Gervonta Tank Davis and Keith Thurman in 2021 and 2022, Barrios has rebuilt his momentum and is determined to continue proving himself. Though he respects Pacquiao's accomplishments, his focus remains solely on defending his title and establishing himself as the superior fighter in the ring.
You're 30, he's 46, hasn't fought in 4 years. Like, in your mind, how do you see the fight going? How are you going to beat Manny, or what do you see yourself doing to him?
Yeah, no, I just had to use, all of that, like the, as busy as I've been in my career, the attributes I have, the skill set I have, the youth is on my side. So it's my job just go in there, use all of that again, just make sure, I still walk out holding that title.
For more than a decade, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao were widely regarded as the top pound-for-pound fighters in boxing. Talks for their long-awaited showdown first began in 2009, but disagreements over financial splits and drug testing protocols repeatedly derailed the negotiations. Their rivalry grew heated, even leading to Pacquiao filing a defamation lawsuit against Mayweather. Despite the failed talks, both fighters continued their careers. Mayweather briefly retired in 2008 before returning in 2009, while Pacquiao remained a dominant force across multiple weight divisions.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to say he's right and I'm not going to say he's wrong. You know, but it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said it's a time and a place for any and everything.
A breakthrough finally came in early 2015 after face-to-face meetings and lengthy negotiations. On May 2nd, 2015, the two boxing legends squared off in what was billed as the fight of the century at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Mayweather emerged victorious by unanimous decision with scores of 118-110 and 116-112 twice, showcasing his trademark defensive mastery and sharp counterpunching. Pacquiao, meanwhile, struggled throughout the bout and later revealed he had been fighting with a torn rotator cuff.
I want you guys to go check out Manny Pacquiao. Remember, he got famous because they said this could be the guy that could possibly dethrone the king. Did it happen? Absolutely not. Was he easy? Absolutely.
It wasn't easy.
Okay, so 10 rounds to 2 ain't easy.
Joe Rogan often remarks that the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight in May 2015 came far too late. He argues it missed the ideal window when both fighters were truly at their peak. Rogan suggests that had it happened earlier, perhaps during a major event like Riyadh season, it would have been absolute chaos. Both he and UFC veteran Jorge Masvidal share the sentiment, pointing out that Pacquiao entered the fight with a shoulder injury, which robbed fans of what could have been an all-time classic. In Rogan's view, this matchup had the potential to reshape boxing history, if only it had happened at the right time.
Great fights never take place, or they take place too late, like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. They fought too late. I mean, if that fight could have been arranged by Riyadh season, they probably would have caught them both in their prime, and it would have been chaos.
Yeah, Manny was done before that ever started.
And he also had a blown shoulder going into the fight.
Yeah.
He needed shoulder surgery before the fight even started.
Mayweather confidently stated that from the very first round, he knew he would defeat Manny Pacquiao, crediting his superior strategy and adaptability. He explained that the moment they stepped into the ring, he focused on analyzing Pacquiao's jab timing and movement. Sensing right away that he held the advantage, Mayweather highlighted his tactical edge, staying a step ahead by reading Pacquiao's patterns and exploiting every opening. That early assessment fueled his composure and control throughout the fight, ultimately securing his unanimous decision victory.
Left hand was fast, his right hand was fast, and he was throwing them both fast and strong. But when it's all said and done, he was a beat fighter. From round one, he knew it. I can't beat Floyd Mayweather. 6 days before the fight, he boxed 4 rounds. And if you go look, when he came out to Las Vegas, he was throwing combinations. Everything seemed just fine. Waving to the crowd, both hands. Manny Pacquiao, you're not on my level. Manny Pacquiao, you will never be on my level. Period. Simple and plain. If you lost, accept the loss and say, you know what, Mayweather, you know what? You was the better fighter. You was the better fighter. It's okay to be number 2. It's okay to be right behind me. It's okay.
Mayweather shouldn't take full credit for defeating Manny Pacquiao, as the version he fought was no longer the peak Pacquiao of earlier years. Roy Jones Jr. pointed out, "I couldn't take credit for beating Pacquiao after he was knocked out by Marquez because that wasn't the same Pacquiao. That wasn't the Pacquiao who was at his absolute best." He further noted that while the public might celebrate Mayweather as the greatest ever because of that win, the truth doesn't reflect true boxing greatness.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. But in the business world, it is, because look how much money he made.
Here we go. Who's greater than me?
I said, Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, Sugar Ray Robinson, how many wins he got? I said, he got like over 150 wins. He stopped for a minute. He said, but who got more championship titles, me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, Floyd, there's more titles now than then. There was just one then. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, you ought not have 28 titles. And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. He said, you said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes. I can't say, man, he didn't fail. He said, oh man, you failed. I saw that as a initiation. This is what you about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody to feel that you're the greatest, Floyd.
Many boxing experts and fans argue that Pacquiao surpasses Floyd Mayweather, particularly when it comes to career accomplishments and the excitement he brought to the sport. Pacquiao made history by winning world titles in 8 different weight divisions, a record no other fighter has matched, while Mayweather captured titles in 5. Eric Morales, who shared the ring with Pacquiao multiple times, stated, Pacquiao has a better career on paper. He fought tougher opposition than Mayweather. Analyst Max Kellerman even called Pacquiao's rise from flyweight to welterweight the most remarkable achievement in boxing history.
A lot of slack for saying Manny Pacquiao is a better pound-for-pound fighter than Floyd Mayweather. I actually disagreed with you.
Pacquiao wasn't able to make flyweight. He was a flyweight who won the lineal championship. So if that's not the most, or one of the 2 or 3 most impressive things in the history of boxing, the fact that he could move up, give me an example of another flyweight who was the lineal champion, moved up, won a bunch of titles in between, and then was that good as a welterweight. Pacquiao won lineal titles, indisputable, that's the man who beat the man, or else putting belts together. No one had ever done it before, ever. A lot of great flyweights. No one ever did that. No one ever came close to dreaming about doing that, and then Pacquiao did it. So the fact that Pacquiao is even competitive with Floyd Mayweather, who's one of the greatest pure boxers ever, I really don't have a horse in the race. I always thought Mayweather was going to beat Pacquiao. I never thought Pacquiao was going to beat him. The Pacquiao you're describing, who knocked out Ricky Hatton, who YouTubed Ricky Hatton, turned YouTube into a verb, what he did to Ricky Hatton, and then destroyed Cotto, and before that, and then like just the way he beat De La Hoya even before that, just...
Well, De La Hoya was old though.
Sure, but Mayweather fought those guys basically at the same point in their career that Pacquiao did before them. Okay. And the reason that Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was hyped up to the extent that it was is that, boy, Mayweather's this all-time great, and Pacquiao was doing these guys even worse than Floyd is doing them. Everyone wanted to see that fight. That Pacquiao's been gone for a long time. So why don't fighters retire when they should? Because win, lose, or draw, Pacquiao's not done. He's going to fight again after the Horn fight, of course.
Manny Pacquiao didn't hold back when reflecting on his fight with Floyd Mayweather, bluntly calling it boring and accusing Mayweather of running throughout the bout. Speaking ahead of his 2025 comeback, Pacquiao said in an interview, Floyd Mayweather ran for all 12 rounds and still won. I feel sorry for the fans because the fight was boring. I want to see a real fight, not a fashion show. He contrasted it with his wars against rivals like Marquez and Morales, where action and heart took center stage. Pacquiao even left Mayweather off his list of top 5 opponents, insisting that fans deserve thrilling battles, not cautious, calculated performances.
Why not Floyd Mayweather? Why isn't he in the top 5?
Floyd Mayweather, he's running the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight.
Manny, who are the top 5 fighters you ever fought, you think?
Barrera, Morales, Marquez, De La Hoya, Cotto, Margarito.
Why no Floyd Mayweather? Why not Floyd Mayweather? Why isn't he in the top 5?
Floyd Mayweather, he's running the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight. How is that? I mean, you know, I feel sorry to the fans because the fight is boring. You know, the fight is boring. Like, that's not the fans expecting to us. I mean, as a fighter, if I'm a fan, of course I want to see good fight, like changing fight, not a passion show.
Many boxing experts believe that Manny Pacquiao still has the power to defeat Mario Barrios in their WBC welterweight title fight. Even at 46 and returning from a 4-year layoff, Pacquiao's punching power is seen as one of the few qualities that doesn't fade with age. His longtime trainer, Freddie Roach, has voiced confidence in Pacquiao's ability to dominate Barrios, saying, "I think he can do it." Roach believes that while Barrios is talented, he's vulnerable, especially if Pacquiao can land his power shots early.
Manny Pacquiao will challenge Mario Barrios for his WBC welterweight world title on July 19th at MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Pacquiao is the man in that fight and on that card. So this guy is gone for 4 years, really. And he comes back and he fights for a WBC title as the man on that card. Give a shout out to Manny Pacquiao. Now, he may get his ass whipped, but I do want to say this. If Manny Pacquiao beats Mario Barrios, that is top tier level strange shit. If he does that, what does that mean? Does that mean he defends his title against a Brian Norman Jr. or some shit? Like Brian Norman Jr. may smoke him. He may drag him. So you may not want to do that again. You may want to go out on your shield against Boots.
Boxing coach Abel Sanchez has pointed out that although Pacquiao's speed and reflexes may have diminished with age, his punching power is still a serious threat. Sanchez referenced George Foreman's victory over Michael Moorer as proof that older fighters can still carry fight-ending power. He suggested that, similarly, Pacquiao has a real chance against Barrios if he can capitalize on that strength.
Another fight that's coming up is Manny Pacquiao coming back to fight Mario Barrios for the world title. Obviously, Pacquiao's been out of the ring for 4 years. He's not had a victory for 6. What do you make of Pacquiao coming straight back into a world title fight?
Well, I think Manny's a great fighter, and I think Manny's got a great career behind him. I think he picked the lesser of the welterweight champions. I think he has a good chance of making it a good fight. Whether he can win or not at this stage, at this age, I should say, sometimes the mind tells you pull the trigger, but the body can't. So is it going to be that? What is he? 46, 47 years old? Something like that? Yeah. Bernard Hopkins was a different kind of animal. Bernard Hopkins never really had the kind of tough fights like Manny's had. So, but I'm glad he's back with Freddie. I'm glad he's back at the wild card. I'm glad that he's at least going back to where it started with him and where it ended with him. So he's going to get the best prepared that he can ever be, because I know Freddie's going to make sure of that. So I'm glad that he's taking on Barrios and not Norman or Boots. It's just I hope that if he happens to win, that he doesn't think that he can unify, because those two guys I think are on a different level right now.
Do you think it's fair that Pacquiao walks straight into a world title shot?
I don't think there's anything fair or not fair about it. I think that his history, what he has done in the past, what he has accomplished, and who he is, I think merits him a little more leniency than I think some other guys. I think that we have to revel in greatness. We have to make sure that we acknowledge who they were. He didn't go away where he got destroyed by somebody. So if he had gotten knocked out 2 or 3 times before he makes this fight, then okay, I can understand that. But he didn't go away that way. He went away more or less on top. So I think he merits that.
Perfect. Abel, that's all I wanted to ask you. I want to thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, man.
And to you. Thank you.
Manny Pacquiao's camp boldly predicts that he will stop Mario Barrios by the 8th round, citing their intense training sessions as proof. Coach Contreras emphasizes that even at 46, Pacquiao's veteran power and sharp timing remain as dangerous as ever. He highlighted how Pacquiao has been landing heavy shots in sparring, calling it a throwback to his prime, clear evidence of knockout potential. Contreras added that Barrios lacks the experience to withstand Pacquiao's elite level combinations once they land cleanly. His confidence echoes the growing belief that Pacquiao's speed and precision, despite his age and time away from the ring, are still capable of producing a decisive finish in Las Vegas. While Barrios holds clear advantages in youth, height, and reach, being 16 years younger, many seasoned boxing professionals still believe Pacquiao deserves the benefit of the doubt.
Say what he forgot, most pro fighters don't even know yet. Like he's so advanced. He's an 8 division champion. You know how hard is it to win 1 division? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he could have been a 10 division champion because he skipped 115 and 118. He could have fought 150, 118 on the same day and become a 10 without giving away the game plan because you're in the gym with him, obviously. Give me your prediction. How does the fight end? Manny Pacquiao Barrios. Decision or knockout?
Oh, I think a knockout. I think a knockout. Yeah, and I'm not just saying that because
what round?
I was probably mid, like late, probably 8 to 10.
Later in the fight?
I'll give that gap, the 8 to 10 gap. I say around there. And I'm saying I'm calling a right hand. I'm calling a right hand. You know,
how hard does he hit?
You know, he's a solid dude. That's what I can say. That's what I can say. He's a solid.
There's strong faith in Pacquiao's skill set and ring IQ. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He knows how to fight. He knows how to win, says Justin Fortune, Pacquiao's strength coach, who believes the legend looks just as sharp as he did 6 or 7 years ago and predicts a possible stoppage. Former rival Juan Manuel Marquez echoes this sentiment, noting that punching power is the last thing a fighter loses and warning others not to underestimate Pacquiao's potential. In the eyes of these experts, Pacquiao's enduring speed, experience, and power make him a serious threat, even against a younger, bigger opponent.
Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring against a young fighter, champion WBC, Mario Barrios. How do you see that fight playing out?
Barrios is a tall guy and he's a tough guy. You know, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because Pacquiao is a champion, the holder of the records of 8 divisions, and he knows how to fight, he knows how to win, so you always got to give it that opportunity for him to show up. And now whoever shows up in that ring, whether it's a desire to win or just try to be there, that's a question that we have to see. But I believe that he has the ability to do something to win the fight against Barrios.
Do you believe Manny Pacquiao's legendary experience and punching power will be enough to overcome Mario Barrios' youth and size advantage? Or is Barrios simply too big, too young, and too fresh for a 46-year-old Pacquiao to handle?